Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. I know this might seem a bit strange, and no, it is not the new studio, but today I am cooking at the Malt Brothers test kitchen. Because for the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna be cooking at some partners. So next week we're also going to Dutch Yellowtail, I'm gonna go to Paris, I wanna go to Limoges, I wanna go to Germany. So we're gonna visit a couple of partners, and today we're going to start off at the Malt Brothers test kitchen. We're going to start off with a lovely acorn dessert. It's a Mandarin peel gel with a toasted white chocolate ice cream, a toasted white chocolate and hazelnut crumble, some crispy hazelnut leaves, and a delicious toasted white chocolate cremeux. So, let's begin. First, the toasted white chocolate ice cream. Spread 300 grams of white chocolate on a silicone sheet and toast it at 150 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes till it's golden brown. Once it's golden, take it out of the oven and let it cool down completely. Meanwhile, mix a kilo of milk with 100 grams of cream, 280 grams of sugar and 55 grams of skimmed milk powder. Now give it a good mix and then bring it to a boil. Stir it every now and then to prevent it from burning. Once it has boiled, add the toasted white chocolate and blend it till smooth. Then transfer 50 grams of egg yolk into a bowl and while stirring, add the hot toasted white chocolate mixture. If you are by yourself, add the mixture in small batches to prevent the yolks from curling. Then pour the mixture back into the pan and while stirring, heat it up till the temperature is 85 degrees Celsius. After that, turn off the heat and add 2 grams of ice cream stabilizer. I use Step 2000. Give it a good mix and then pour it into a bowl. Now cover it and let it rest in your fridge for at least 8 hours. The next day you can pour the mixture into an ice cream machine and turn it into a beautiful ice cream. It's best to serve the ice cream straight away, but otherwise keep it in a freezer that's around minus 12 degrees Celsius. Then the salted fudge. Mix 140 grams of cream with 140 grams of sugar, 50 grams of butter, 140 grams of glucose syrup and 4 grams of salt. Now cut a vanilla pod in half and scrape out the seeds. Add both to the pan and then heat it up till the temperature is 118 degrees Celsius. Stir it every now and then to prevent it from burning. Once the fudge has the right temperature, turn down the heat and remove the vanilla pod. Now add 140 grams of fondant. Then use a spatula to give it a good mix before pouring it on a tray that's lined with some parchment paper. Spread it and then let it set for at least 3 hours at room temperature. Once set, use a clean knife to portion the fudge to the desired size. Clean the knife after 3 to 4 cuts to ensure you have nice cubes. Then keep them covered for later. Now for the caramelized Mandarin interior. Transfer 100 grams of sugar into a frying pan and start caramelizing it on a medium heat. While the sugar is caramelizing, cut 6 mandarins in half and once the caramel has a nice golden brown color, place the mandarins flat side down in the pan. Then let them caramelize for a couple of minutes. Also cut half a vanilla pod in half and scrape out the seeds. Add both to the pan. The mandarins really need to get a nice golden brown color. After that, turn off the heat and use the back of a spoon to press all the juice out of the mandarins. Now pass it through a fine sieve into a pan and measure the liquid. For every 100 grams of liquid, add a gram of agar powder. I had 200 grams, so I added 2 grams of agar. Give it a good mix and then bring it to a boil for 1 minute. Once it has boiled, pour it into a bowl and let it set in your fridge. Then transfer it into a blender and blend it till smooth. Now pour it into a piping bottle and use the gel to fill a medium-sized vermouth. Level the top and then let it set in your freezer. Then the hazelnut sponge. Transfer 100 grams of hazelnuts into a blender and blend it into a fine powder. Keep it aside for later. Now pour 100 grams of egg white into a stand mixing bowl and start beating it. Once a white foam starts to form, slowly add 125 grams of fine sugar. Then cut half a vanilla pod in half and scrape out the seeds. Add the seeds to the bowl as well and continue beating till you have a nice firm meringue. Once that's done, mix 20 grams of flour with 15 grams of cornstarch on a sieve and add it to the meringue together with the hazelnut powder. Gently fold it in. When everything is incorporated, spread the batter on 2 silicone sheets and level it. Now bake them at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes till golden on top. Then let them cool down for 5 minutes before cutting them with a round cutter. Keep them covered for later. Now for the toasted white chocolate cremeux. Soak 2 leaves or 3.3 grams of gelatin in cold water. Now spread 120 grams of white chocolate on a silicone sheet and toast it at 150 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes till golden brown. Then mix 200 grams of milk with 100 grams of cream, 40 grams of egg yolk and 10 grams of cornstarch. Now cut half a vanilla pod in half and scrape out the seeds. Add both to the pan and then while stirring bring it to a boil to thicken the cremeux. Once it has thickened, remove the vanilla pod and dissolve the gelatin. Then add the toasted white chocolate and blend it till smooth. After that, pass the cremeux through a fine sieve to ensure it's completely smooth. Now use the cremeux to fill the acorn molds halfway. Find the link to the molds in the description of this video. Then press the sponge in one of the molds and level the top. Press the mandarin filling in the other mold. Cover it as well and then let both set in your freezer. Once frozen, gently press the cremeux out of the mold and keep them in your freezer for later. Now for the toasted white chocolate crumble. Spread 100 grams of white chocolate on a silicone sheet. Also add 30 grams of hazelnut and toast it at 150 degrees Celsius for around 20 to 25 minutes. Once golden, take it out of the oven and let it cool down completely. Then transfer it on your cutting board and chop it into a fine crumble. Once it's almost fine enough, add 20 grams of cocoa nibs and chop it till you have reached the desired crumble. Now keep it dry and covered for later. Then the mandarin peel gel. Start by peeling enough mandarins, 10 to 12, for 80 grams of peel. I always peel them with a little zigzag movement. By doing this you don't need to put any pressure on the mandarins and you will have peels without the white pith. This is very bitter. Now cut the peeled mandarins in half and juice them for 220 grams of juice. Then take the peels and blanch them 3 times in boiling water. Every time you need to drain the water and bring new water to a boil. We do this to remove the bitter notes in the peels. Now add the blanched peels to the mandarin juice and also add 50 grams of ginger syrup and 4 grams of agar powder. Then blend it till smooth. Once smooth, while stirring, bring it to a boil for 30 seconds. Then pour it onto a tray or in a bowl and let it cool down in your fridge. After that, transfer it into a blender and blend it into a smooth gel. Now transfer it into a piping bottle and keep it in your fridge for later. Then the hazelnut leaves. Mix 30 grams of water with 110 grams of sugar and caramelize it on a medium heat till it has a golden color. Once golden, add 90 grams of hazelnuts and caramelize everything for a couple of minutes till it's a dark caramel. Now pour it on a silicone sheet, spread it and let it cool down completely. When it has cooled down, break the caramel in smaller pieces and transfer it into a blender. Then blend it into a fine powder. Now add 30 grams of egg white and mix it into a thick batter. Then spread the batter on a silicone sheet using a leaf stencil and level the top. Now gently remove the stencil and bake the leaves at 150 degrees Celsius for 12 minutes. When still hot, gently remove the leaves from the sheet and shape them between a leaf press. Feel free to heat up the leaves in between to prevent them from breaking. Then the chocolate glaze. Super simple. Melt 100 grams of cocoa butter on a low heat and once it's melted, add 50 grams of milk chocolate and 50 grams of white chocolate. Mix it until it's an even mixture. Then pour it into a cup and set it aside for later. For the second glaze, again melt 100 grams of cocoa butter and once it's melted, add 100 grams of milk chocolate. The lighter glaze I use to cover the bottom of the acorns. Just cover them with a thin layer and then keep them in your fridge for later. The darker glaze I use for the tops. Again, add a thin cover and then keep them in your fridge for later. Now we can start to finish the dessert. Cover the center of a plate with the crumble and pipe 2 dots of the gel on the side. Then stick the 2 halves of the acorns together and place them on the gel. Now pipe some more gel in between and add the salted fudge, a nice canal of the ice cream and the hazelnut leaves. Okay guys, that's it for today. Really enjoyed cooking here in the Mold Brothers test kitchen. Appreciate it guys for letting me borrow your beautiful kitchen. Enjoyed your company as well. The dessert looks incredible. The ice cream has melted. Sorry about that. But yeah, you know the drill. Taking pictures, B-roll, ice cream melts. Well, texture wise, it's amazing because I've had a lot of the ice cream. Flavor wise, spot on. You can really taste the caramelized white chocolate. So super happy with that. Now, if we slice one of these acorns open, as you can see, I can show you. Yes, you have the lovely mandarin, the caramelized mandarin gel. Super delicious as well. Really powerful, but very, very good. It's quite a powerful dessert with all these rich flavors. But that's okay. For me, it's winter. Okay, it's autumn, but winter is coming. So yeah, I mean, it definitely is worth bringing some heavy flavors to your menu. No, let's dig in. That's so good. Lovely flavors. The fudge, which is a bit chewy, really nice. Yeah. Fudge is a bit sticky, but so good. Yeah, super happy with that. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Yeah, the fudge is gone. That's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments on what you want to see next. Like and share the video. And subscribe if you want to support my channel and if you want to see more great recipes. And as always, bon appetit!